There are things to take care of here, and mainly to say, I was right. I was right. And everybody tried to diminish this. Even Vince Quinn tried to diminish this. And now we've traded favors back and forth. And the defense isn't really going to change Vince to now Howie Roseman fired everyone in that building. Every single one of them is have we gotten clarification on how to pronounce this man's last name? I always don't look to me. As if
no,
you
are not the guy for pronunciation.
Do not look to me. But Andy Weidel?
I think Weidel.
Andy Weidel becomes the assistant GM of the Steelers, which is definitely a sidestep. And my theory to Vince Quinn had always been this. And it's even more evident now, and I think I tweeted out in the subsequent couple of days. But Howie Roseman loves to use perception as a recruiting tool, and that's exactly what happened here. I don't think any of the people, I'm changing my response. I'm even going to dial down my New York Giants hype.
Whoa.
Because of this. We were right about this. He went in and fired the whole thing like it was either because of leaks and information and he was done with it. But as all signs are pointing to, and Vince Quinn is going to elegantly point this out as well, if you have missed anything that Jeff McClain and or Marcus Hayes, oddly enough, has some great insight here as well. But Howie is king. He definitely got rid of everybody, and we are officially on every fingerprint in this building, at least by default, is Howie Roseman with some very nice stolen ideas. At least that's how I view it. Is that how you view it, Vince Quinn? Howie's back. He's the king. Everyone in that building tried to bet against him, and he said, nah, to everyone else.
He's in charge.
He's in charge.
We got
him.
Yes. No, it's abundantly clear at this point because for Andy Weidel to take a sidestep like that, he doesn't have to. Like, what is the rush to get to Pittsburgh at this point? It's a good organization.
From there. I'll only say that, but
sure. But it's a lateral move. You've been in the city for however long. I mean, he's been here for a long time. For a guy that's been here at least, 10 years, to be around like that and then suddenly just go to Pittsburgh when he's got all the power, the Eagles are on the upswing. I mean, hell, this team right now has a better chance to win a Super Bowl than the Steelers do.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they have no quarterbacks over there.
Yeah. So
stop it. I hear you saying about that Jalen Hurts. Knock that off.
Or Kenny Pickett. Get out of here. I would rather right now be in Philly than I would be in Pittsburgh. Better city. I've been here. I don't have to move. Moving sucks. I like the team more. The young core of this team in an offensive league is really damn good. Offensive line's built forever. It's a good situation to be in. For all of these guys to leave, yeah, they have incentive. And you might go, oh, well, they're getting asked for all these interviews, but also you agreed to the interview, right? Like, that is part of it, too. For all these people that have left, you go, hey, John, I would like to offer you the same spot. You can host another podcast. It's a New York Giants podcast. Would you like to do it? Now, you might be interested. You might be quite interested, but you don't have to say yes to the interview.
No.
They've all said yes, and they have all left.
Very true. And probably now here's what I can't determine. Is Howie right or is he just fucking ruthless? You know, and that's to the point I don't really care about debating that anymore. I really don't, because I just like the things that I like. And I don't believe that Howie Roseman suddenly just became an amazing personnel guy. But I do know that man probably gets more information than any other GM in the league outside of Bill Belichick or maybe one or two. It's one of the reasons why he's the best. It's one of the reasons why we keep debating his value, because of schmucks like Tom Donahoe giving him the stiff arm on live TV, because of Andy, and he's got better football acumen, because of Joe Douglas, because he's got better football acumen. And, man, you cannot miss against this man. You have tried to kill this king 50-some-odd times. Chip Kelly tried to do it, missed, and almost had him on the ropes. He almost had him there, but Howie pops back up, and that is not because he's smarter than everybody else. It's because that man's willpower is stronger than probably anybody we've ever seen come through the city outside of Allen Iverson or anybody else that's comparable on the court. This man is Michael Jordan in a suit. He will not allow any line to cross him, and when he does, bang, pa-pow! And to this point, did I believe beforehand that when he was starting his career that he knew what he was doing? No. Do I honestly believe that he learned from all of that stuff to find a way to be like, you know what? I'm going to find the perfect way to build the perfect model for a team for this stretch of time, and that's my goal. And I don't care how it's done or how many people I've got to step on or throw out or disengage with, but this is my system, and I'm going to stick with it. And this is why you cannot debate this anymore. I'm pretty sure I don't want to know the horror stories behind the closet. It'll probably not make me an Eagles fan anymore. I guarantee you there's a few in there. But at the same time, that's what Howie Roseman does. We all have to accept it at this point and realize it's a pretty damn good system, as ruthless and as probably why he's hated amongst the league as one of the worst general managers or whatever that nasty thing is.
Least trusted, I think was the phrasing.
No shit. Like, of course. And by the way, when we talk about least trusted GMs, there's 32 NFL owners that I wouldn't trust to mow my lawn, let alone like give me a job. So like, I get it. I don't believe that he is the thing that we want him to be or visualize as a general manager in Philadelphia as a whole. But I mean, he's a stone cold killer, man. I just can't. That's okay.
Yeah.
Don't tell me how you do it, but okay.
What else can you ask for? And like, I do take umbrage, and I'm going to say umbrage, it's a fun word, at the idea that you don't think this guy is that smart. Because he is incredibly smart. And what did he do? Absolutely. This guy is brilliant. Okay, think about this. He is an innovator constantly. Think about the Philadelphia Eagles team, and when you think about this front office, a small side note here. This is the Super Bowl front office that we knew. All of the core people that built that team alongside Howie, they're all gone. That's all gone now.
Yeah.
So whatever you believe in this team right now, who they are, what they do, how successful they are, this is a different guy now that is piloting that ship, or it's everybody around him has changed. He's the one constant. He's the constant. So that matters. But the other part of this is you think about when they go and 2016, 2017, what's the advantage? It's analytics. Who goes and makes that happen? That's going to be a general manager. That's an executive decision. That's not a coaching staff that goes and hires the people to do it. Even if you believe in analytics and want it done, who's going to make the hire? How he's going to choose who does it?
And I can say with confidence that they were one of 3 teams in 17 that were using the advanced analytics that they are now.
So that's smart. When it comes to all these contracts and the restructures and coming up with all these weird caveats that nobody's ever heard of, and now a lot of teams are starting to populate. Look at the Saints getting rid of $108 million in an offseason and having cap space to spare. Where does that come from? That comes from Howie Roseman. The Rams pushing all their money into a million different years and signing everybody that's available. That comes from Howie Roseman. You learned there. So he's adjusted in a lot of ways. Now the drafting has adjusted. It might be as simple as Jeffrey Lurie going, hey, how about you keep drafting guys from the SEC?
No,
but you know what?
Stay out of your way over here.
But he is different, right? Like, he built a different team in 2016. Yep. Now he's building a whole new roster again with a new era of football. The football changes like music. There's a sound of the era. There's a way that certain people play that's popular. Most of the league plays that way. How do you operate in those systems? Can you replicate that sound and hit the radio, essentially?
Yeah.
How he does that. What is this team now? He's trying to spread. He's trying to go down the field, like you've said, air raid, all that kind of stuff. Young coaches that we have no idea what to believe in these guys. Nick Sirianni gets hired. We go, who? He hands it over to Jonathan Gannon. We go, who? We thought Gannon sucked last year.
Everything stunk about that side of the ball.
Everything did, but he's the guy that's leading it. We didn't think he was all that smart, but you know what? He was one lawsuit away, which is an act of God, essentially, from being the head coach of the Houston Texans. Maybe he is smart. If we believe in this defense all that much, of how much they're changing this, and you're Mr. Jordan Davis and all that stuff, that's Howie Roseman.
DJ Oreo, thank you.
Yeah, so sure. It's not Kyle. So it's Howie Roseman. So he's made all of these changes. He adapts constantly. When he makes mistakes, where's Carson Wentz? He's been to Indy. Now he's in Washington. Why? Howie Roseman moved on. So he admits mistakes. He learns trends. He sets trends. He changes people constantly. It doesn't matter. The team's always competitive. The guy's smart as shit.